You're watching Weekend at Gabe's and I'm Weekend Gabe. This latest episode was brought to you by the good folks over at the Ghetto Flower. Use our code W@G for an exclusive 15% discount when visiting their site. Tell them I sent you. Now enjoy the show. Yo, broadcasting live to you and yours. It's Weekend Gabe back at it here on this Thursday night, April 21st, 2022. Sound alarm. We're back at it. Big show tonight. We got Ben Clarkson and Shelby still on deck. The return of Thursday Thunnies is live in effect here on Weekend at Gabe's. Both are current students at my alumni, Columbia College Chicago, for one time for Triple C. And they're going to be joining us to talk about post-graduation and also what they're up to right about now. So we're going to have a big show going down here on Weekend at Gabe's. Give us a follow on these socials at Weekend Gabe's, at Weekend at Gabe's, and The Real Sam Crane, as well as the Ghetto Flower, where if you head over to their website right now, you can save 15% off all purchases of $50 or more, including their new varsity jacket that I am about to cop because my income tax deposit just hit this week, so you know I'm gonna get fresh for the spring. And also, it's black, which is my favorite color, so I am going to be looking at least 10-15 pounds skinnier on camera, just FYI. So head over to theghettoflower.com today, use our special code W@G for 15% off, and go support a Chicago independent outlet doing the good people's work. Joining us from somewhere on the Columbia College campus, Karana LeBeau joining us back in the hot seat. How are you?
I am pretty solid. Today is my dad's birthday, so shout out to my dad.
One time?
Woo!
How old is your dad? Do you mind mentioning the same?
I do know. I don't know if he'd want me to say.
You don't know?
Oh no, I said I do know. I do know,
okay.
but I don't know
All
if you know. Sometimes
cool.
parents are like iffy about their age, but he's a young hip grandpa. Or he's called Papa in our house. So.
Damn. Good for him. All right, shout out to dads. Shout out to him and all the dads checking in. You know, me being a dad myself, I recognize the difficulty with having children and the struggles. And he did a really great job with Karana. So I'm glad that we get to shout him out. And also, I'm glad you're back in the hot seat with us. We got a lot going on, but I just want to say how beautiful today was in the city of Wind. We topped out about 72 this afternoon, so we got a bit of a glimpse at summertime shy.
It was
what
beautiful.
Can we do? Yeah, what can we do to encourage you to stay a little bit longer? In the city.
I took a very long walk today, and my southern butt, is wanting more warmth. And I actually got to take off my jean jacket, and I was walking around in a skirt. I almost put on pants because I wasn't sure if it was going to be chilly or not. But it was actually pretty decently warm, and I was loving it. So I'm definitely going to visit. I'll come back, but I got one taste of one Chicago winter, and I was like, maybe not.
Yeah, I got to enjoy about 10 minutes of it, and that's the few minutes it took me to get to my car, and then the few minutes it took me to park the car and then head into the studio to get ready for tonight's show. So today was not great. But Wednesday we're looking at 80 degrees for anyone who wants to fly into Chicago this weekend. It is going to be a really warm weekend. All right, let's get to it. You know what time it is. America's favorite segment. You love it. I love it. I don't have enough hands to make all these pieces move, but we're going to make it work like we always do around this time. The news that Gabe only cares about, brought to you by the good folks over at the Ghetto Flower. And if you use our special code W@G for 15% off all purchases of $50 or more, you can get in tune with that right now. That is the thing to do. All right, everyone, let's get into it. A big news day. Thanks for help from super producer intern Karana. She brought us this one. McDonald's tweeted today, bring back blank. bring back blank. So this anyone who is familiar with the McDonald's menu, which many of us are, but our other intern, I don't believe she is at all a fan of anything that McDonald's has to offer. But bring back, and Karana, I know you were on board with bringing back something, but I will tell you in a moment what I want to bring back. So you kick it off. Tell us what we should bring back to McDonald's.
Yeah, so obviously McDonald's is trying to steal the heat from Taco Bell with their big announcement of Mexican pizza coming back, which we covered earlier this week. And if McDonald's is going to bring anything back, I agree with the rest of Twitter. It should be the snack wrap. That it was number 12 trending on Twitter today. Snack wrap, all caps. That would be my pick. I'm a picky person. I don't really have especially like at fast food places, and the snack wrap was like my safe haven. It was simple, it was nice, and there was no if, ands, or buts about whether I was gonna be feeling miserable or not after.
Yeah, no, agree, 1,000%. Sam in the chat space, the snack wrap was absolute fire. I still believe they have like the breakfast burrito, which is kind of like a rip off of the snack wrap. So I don't see why they have the capacity to pull this back in and put the little honey mustard sauce on the chicken as well, which is amazing. So that's a great one. This one I wasn't familiar with until someone posted it underneath the initial McDonald's tweet. I did not know that McDonald's got into the game of pizza, but this is not Photoshop. This is something real that the McDonald's Twitter account actually confirmed. I'm not sure if I want McDonald's pizza. I've seen the founder, where the guy who stole the idea or stole all the franchises from the guys who made McDonald's, and they initially, when they started to do all these franchises across the country to initiate the idea of fast food, people were flirting with chicken and pizza. And he's like, no. Burgers. That's what we do. That's what we're good with. So I'm not sure how they ended up in this hole trying to get into the pizza game. But the 90s were crazy, But it is what it is. But I don't know if I would give this a go. I'd be inclined to give it a try.
I can't say that I would. I can't say that I would.
All right, so this is my bringing back the Big and Tasty from the early 2000s. It was only $1, and look at that. You actually got some quality ingredients. You got lettuce, you got onions, you got tomato. So it's just not, there's some nutrition in that, I imagine. So for $1, look at all that you're getting. I wish they'd run that back.
So it's a fat stack right there.
And for $1, I used to run that up.
Yeah,
all the time.
That's pretty solid.
And then I think this is the snack wrap. This is what everybody wants to see.
I was a ranch snack wrap kid because honey mustard is too much for my pickiness. So I was, you put some chicken, cheese, lettuce, and ranch in there. It's best.
All right. And I think there's one more for. Oh no, that's it. So bring that back, man. McDonald's needs to stop playing games. Do the right thing. All right, Karana, you're familiar with this gentleman on the right, right? You know who he is?
On the right?
Yes.
Yeah. A little.
You know what? Are
Possibly.
you familiar? Are you familiar with what he does or what he used to do during his prime when he was a younger man? Do you know his profession? It's okay. We're gonna show you
something in entertainment.
No, this is what my man used to do. Just body people. He would get paid to put bodies. Yes. Listen, but people would think that Mike Tyson from the Hangover films is this nice cuddly actor post boxing that he won't give you the business. But look at my man right there, putting in work. But look on a flight from San Francisco yesterday, it looked like someone on the flight decided to just test Mike's patience. And have you seen Mike? Mike is chill. Mike don't want no smoke. Mike is just like, listen, I got Mike bites going for me. I'm trying to get into the acting thing. I did already a play. I did a performance. No, but I don't want to be bothered by anyone. But of course, always a big mouth on the plane. Want to start something, and then you're gonna find out real quickly what those hands do. And this is the outcome. Look at him. Look at my man right there. Shout to the dude on the right.
Twitter.
Shout to the dude on the right who was like trying to get in there.
Flight,
Where's my man's face?
Up by Mike Tyson.
Look at that. Ooh.
That way.
Ooh.
Power.
Fucked up.
Listen, first off, if Karana, if you decide to taunt Mike Tyson, I'm not sure if I can really like put myself in between you and Mike. Mike is on a mission at that point. You can't like tempt the tiger and then get mad at the tiger for clawing your face off. That's what happened to my man right there.
Yeah. I mean, everyone on Twitter was saying the guy deserved it. I saw that it was like, and it wasn't like out of nowhere. He was like, you know, he was acting like a little kid sitting behind you, like kicking on your seat, like, hey, Mike,
right?
Hey, Mike, like, shut up.
Listen, everyone who's watching, if you have not seen the film Black and White with Robert Downey Jr., I highly encourage you after the show to just Google that scene of him and Mike Tyson, which was not scripted, totally improvised, and you see what kind of man deep inside Mike Tyson's heart he is. Trust me, if RDJ can get it, anybody can get it. But shout out to Mike Bites. We talked about this a couple of months ago, but my man might need some Mike Bites next flight he gets to just sort of calm down. But shout out to Mike Tyson. Leave Mike Tyson alone. He ain't doing nothing. All right, the last one is Bill Murray. The production for his new film Being Mortal is suspended due to a complaint against him for inappropriate behavior. We don't really know what that means at this point because they're still investigating. But this raises the question. Bill Murray, which is an actor that you don't really identify as being a creeper, but who else or what actor in Hollywood would shock you to find out that they were doing indecent or misbehaving on the set and causing friction?
I mean, one of my immediate thoughts is like our beloved Spider-Man, you know, if it came out that Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland or Tobey Maguire were like, if they were creeps, or I don't know how I would handle that, because they just seem like the sweetest men out there, and I don't know how I would handle that.
Yeah. All right, those are all fine selections, but for me, if I was to find out that Tom Hanks was assaulting women on the set, that to me would be heartbreaking. Bill Murray is also heartbreaking. I'm hoping that when they say misbehavior or something, he did something, that it's like he was stealing something off the food table that he wasn't supposed to do. I don't know. Something that really low key that is like kind of petty, but you're not supposed to do.
I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to say because like people's projects getting pulled. I mean, people in Hollywood are doing terrible stuff left and right, but like it's so pick and choose on who gets canceled and who gets like projects pulled and like who doesn't. Like I feel like some people are flying under the radar, and I'm like, oh, well, what do they look like? Is it a white man? Probably.
Listen, I'm just not ready for this news that Bill Murray is mixed up in this, man. It's like Bill Murray's been around my entire life and nothing like this happened before. But listen, you know, folks need to chill out. And if they need to put him on ice,
those ones that get you.
No, listen, all your heroes live long enough to disappoint you, you know, except Tom Hanks. But Sam says that the allegations are coming. I hope not. I really hope not. All right, that's going to be news that Gabe only cares about on this April 21st, Thursday night here on Weekend at Gabe's. Thank you for watching the latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's on YouTube, brought to you by the Ghetto Flower. Make sure to also click on the links in the description for more information to our guests and access to exclusive new music from the Ghetto Flower and so much more. Make sure to also like and subscribe to the show, and also continue to share, support, and show love by clicking on any of the links surrounding my head. Thanks for watching.